People don't really understand how obsessed I am with winning. It's not, I don't care about anything else on the basketball court but winning.
Hey, it's FYF Sportsman. It's Lamont. We back with another podcast episode. We got our feature game of the night. Feature game of the night is going to be Brooklyn Nets versus the Golden State Warriors, man. This was a much anticipated game. The Brooklyn Nets, I think this is going to be one of their first true tests of the season. Right? What does this team look like without Kyrie Irving against the upper echelon in the NBA? All right, they haven't faced a true test yet. The Golden State Warriors coming off a tough loss to Charlotte. All right, how do they bounce back? And then also for the Warriors. The Warriors, a lot of people say, haven't truly been tested themselves against the upper echelon of the league. Right? They did ultimately play a Chicago Bull team, but that Bull team was lacking. That Bull team didn't have Vucevic, so they weren't necessarily at full strength. This Brooklyn Net team, they're also not at full strength, but they're at one of the teams at the top of the East. So we kind of have to, use this as a test for both teams. So we're going to go ahead and get to the drawing board. We're going to check out the highlights of this game, get to the stats, get to the breakdown, and see what we got with this game. Brooklyn Nets versus the Golden State Warriors. And there we have it right here, man. We got tip-off, Nets, Warriors. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think of Kevin Durant's performance tonight. Kevin Durant's performance tonight, 19 points. I mean, for the best scorer in the league. Do you give that to a Warrior defense that's number one in the NBA? A lot of people did not have this team even in making the playoffs going into the season, especially based on how they played last year. Loney, great defense on KD, but KD makes this shot. I like the strategy right there. I do like that strategy. Going with your bigs on Kevin Durant. Stay physical with him. Steph Curry, great pass. Brooklyn off to the early lead, 13-9. Steph Curry, another great pass to Draymond. 3-ball for Curry. And this is what happened. When you're dealing with the greatest shooter all time, you have to be able to locate him at all times. The Nets do struggle with defense, especially off ball. Patty Mills in the starting lineup tonight. Joe Harris is out. KD with a deep three, man. One of the best snipers in the league. Nets are moving the ball. Great ball movement there. Way to get the great look. Bruce Brown with a great game as well. Gary Payton, one of the biggest surprises of this season with the lob from Draymond Green. That's what makes this team lethal right here. You got guys willing to defend and get out in transition and make plays. Bruce Brown with a great rebound. KD corner three knocks it down. The Nets score also a lot out of broken offensive plays. They rarely ever score out of the first option, first set run of their offense. Curry with another deep three. Not particularly sure how you guard that, but he's definitely the best player in the league right now. Draymond Green getting out the transition. Steph Curry with a deep three over two people. And again, it's plays like this that make him unguardable. How do you guard that in transition? I want y'all to honestly, and we're going to run that back. I have to run that back. Because there's a lot of people that get on Steph Curry. There are a lot of people that say, in all of these other eras, they would just be physical. I want to know in what era of basketball, how do you guard this unless you just make a straight beeline for him and you just knock him off the ground? I don't even see that happening because that's just not a natural basketball reaction. I'm gonna run that back. I really want to get an understanding of how teams guard this, especially when he's making the shot. And he's been making them all year. So we got Draymond Green. First of all, this is an unnatural fast break because what they're doing is they're outletting to a power forward in Draymond Green. Absolutely unheard of. And this man is, he's attacking up court and he has a passing ability like most guards in the league, if not better. All right, he's in transition, advances the ball. Steph Curry, no. 2 steps after crossing half court. 2 steps after crossing half court. With 2 defenders jumping at him. 2 steps after crossing half court with 2 defenders jumping at him. He's already pulling up for a 3. I want you guys, this is one of the reasons why that people don't appreciate this type of talent. People don't give too much respect. They say he's just chucking up threes. He's doing this at a high level. That's contested over 2 defenders. I mean, if you look at these two defenders, what more could they have done? Is there a different way they could have contested to stop him from making the shot? Or are you just dealing with one of the most elite snipers in NBA history right here? And he knocks it down over two defenders in transition. Absolutely unguardable right there. It's plays like that where he doesn't get a lot of respect. People just think it's a circus act, and it's actually high-level skill. Harden with a great take right there. He's having a slower year. He's picked up over the last week. Poole with a great drive. Bruce Brown, great take. Bruce Brown stepping in for the injured Joe Harris. And he had a solid game. 14 points. Bembry also stepped into the starting lineup, gave 9 points. All right, defensively, he was pretty good as well. Great pass right there. Wiggins off to a slow start, but he picked it up in the second quarter. He ended up having 19 on the night. There's Steph Curry, great pass. Good cut right there. Good pass. Good tip back in by Iguodala. Iguodala's, man, he's came and he's like kind of looked like he's reinvigorated. You almost had the sense when the Warriors traded him that they were going to find a way to get him back on this roster. Right now, the Golden State Warriors have taken the league up by 3. Wiggins blows the layup. Patty Mills in transition, 3-ball shot. I love the addition of Patty Mills, his ability to make shots. But again, it's just not Kyrie Irving. Wiggins, great take right there. And, this man Wiggins is kind of redefining his career. He came in, as supposed to be next up, but he's turned into a great 3-and-D player. Curry with another deep 3 off the pick and roll. Steph Curry again, man. How many threes did he have tonight? I think he had 7 or 8 threes tonight. KD with a tough fadeaway. Blake Griffin, knee injury's been bothering him. He's not been the same this year. He's only been playing about 15 minutes a game. It's kind of a disappointment from how we saw him play. And Wiggins knocks a 3 down at the buzzer. It's just like this team is different. I want to run that back, because it's like this team, and this is one of the things, and this is also something that Draymond Green will never get credit for. But the thing is that's what makes this team almost unguardable at times. The ability to swing the ball out, or the ability for one of your best rebounders to also take off and be a great ball handler and facilitator in the open court. And when you got all 4 guys on the court willing to run the floor ahead of him. I mean, you're talking about Draymond Green is the worst offensive player in transition. He's the perfect player to have the ball because he's not going to finish. But his ability to facilitate and see guys and push the ball, make guys commit to him, even though he's not a great scorer and he's able to hit the open man. We're going to watch him push on this break at the end of the half. And these points can absolutely kill you. As Golden State's only up 2 points with 4 seconds on the clock. Now, Draymond Green with the rebound, 4 seconds on the clock. A lot of guys would just chuck this ball up. Draymond Green pushes up the court, swings it out to an open Wiggins. So he out-sprinted the entire Brooklyn Net defense. This was a flaw of theirs last year, their inability to get back on defense and defend. And this play ultimately came back to haunt them because it just kind of jump-started everything that the Warriors wanted to do going into the third quarter. All right, but Wiggins gets a clean look, contested by Durant, but just not good enough. Knocks it down. This is on the road. And listen to the crowd. It sounds like it's a Golden State crowd. Blake, shot blocked by Looney. Curry in transition. Swings it out. Wiggins, pull up. Struggling once again to get back in transition. And this ultimately was the demise of the Brooklyn Nets tonight. Just consistently unable to get back in transition after bad misses. All right, we watched Steph Curry jumpstart the break. And even with Steph Curry jumpstarting the break, I want y'all to watch how the Warriors, all 5 guys usually, or all 4 guys, know how to get ahead of the ball and become passing targets in transition. All right, we look at the guy sprinting up the floor. Draymond Green's getting up the court. Andrew Wiggins getting ahead of the ball, and he's literally just walking in the shots. They don't like to run a lot of sets. When they run sets, they're efficient. But when they can score like this in transition, and look what Draymond Green is doing, knowing that he's not a scoring threat, right? Draymond Green could have sprinted to the corner to get open for spacing. What did he do? He runs into the Kevin Durant to give Andrew Wiggins some extra space, right? Pull-up jumper. And when you leave guys in the NBA that open, regardless, if you contest late, it's still too late. Wiggins knocks down the shot. Harden probes in the lane, gets his shot blocked by Wiggins, much improved defender. 2 people on Curry, and that's one thing they're making sure to do. They're making sure to put 2 people on Curry, but when you trap, you have to commit to the trap. You can't let him turn the corner on the trap. All right, another bad defensive breakdown right there. Curry gets into the lane, 3 defenders behind Curry because the defense once again broke down. I don't know if it's because of age and attrition or just bad defense. Either way, Curry's gotten to the heart. He's gotten to the middle of the lane with no resistance as Kevin Durant hasn't shaded away and helped. And Patty Mills hasn't also helped as well because those guys have been knocking down shots. So ultimately they can't help. Curry with an easy layup right there at the rim. 14-0 run in the third, 71-58. James Harden ends the run right there with a contested 3. 10-point lead for the Warriors. Looney blows the layup. Harden out on transition. Great physicality right there. Scores on Draymond Green. KD misses the 3 over 2 Warrior defenders. Curry advances the ball. Draymond Green with the easy layup. And once again, this is a consistent theme for this Brooklyn Nets team. This was one of their issues last year. All right. Remember, all 4 guys in transition love to run and get ahead of the ball. And when you're talking about guys like Gary Payton Jr., you got Jordan Poole on the floor. We know they like to get out in transition, but when your 4s and your 5s can also get ahead of the ball, it just gives you more moving targets to hit in transition, and it makes it much harder for lazy defensive teams to find their assignments. Steph Curry finds Draymond Green, easy dunk right there. It's one of the reasons why they're the best team in the league. And just one of their famous plays right here. We've seen them run this play 4 or 5 times a night, and they've scored on it almost every single time. Draymond Green with the DHO swings it back to Poole at the top, attacks the rim. Because guys are making shots, they can't help out of the strong side corners. Great take to the rim. They sent 2 guys at Durant. That's what opened it up for Aldridge, but they can live with that. I would live with Aldridge. If he has to beat me, I'm not letting KD beat me. And Draymond Green with a 3 right in KD's face. A lot of people said, man, he was talking trash to KD after that one. KD, tough shot. Man. People love trashing Draymond Green. But when we go back and look at this game, y'all, we look at Kevin Durant, who was a minus 24 on the night. 19 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. Who is the primary defender on Kevin Durant? This is one of the most prolific scorers in the league. This is a game at home against a Golden State Warrior team that really don't have a lot of big names on the floor right now. You're talking about Gary Payton Jr., who was out of the league last year. You got Damian Lee. You got Jordan Poole, a guy who's, a solid draft pick, but nobody expected him to be much in the NBA, other than maybe just a great 3-point shooter. And we got Draymond Green on the floor, who easily one of the best defenders in the league, just gets no credit. Can we finally give him credit for being just one of the most elite defenders in the league? A lot of people, every time I talk about his defense, a lot of people say, well, who has Draymond Green ever stopped? Well, tonight would be a great example of a player who he's actually stopped. He stopped Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's going to probably go down as one of the most prolific scorers in NBA history. And he held him to 19 points when he's averaging well over 27. James Harden, one-on-one, stagnant offense. It reminds me of the Laker offense. They're down 20 right now. Though. Can they make a run? Draymond Green, DHO with Jordan Poole. Great spin move. Way to kick it back out to Draymond. Drives off the 3. Good take. Good take by Draymond. Solid night for Draymond Green as well. Solid night for Draymond. Jonathan Kuminga, man, a hidden gem on this team. Man, if he can blossom into the star that they believe he can be, This Warrior team is just gonna be extremely loaded, tough to beat. Bang. And when things are going your way, things are going your way. Iguodala at the buzzer as they end the third with a 22-point lead. Otto Porter, another great defender. Damian Lee brings length, no middle stance. All right, great drive to the rim by Bembry right there. Great take. Aldridge right there. Patty Mills, tough contested three, fade away in the corner. Can the Brooklyn Nets make a run to make this game fairly competitive? Right now, it's not very competitive. Nets are losing big at home. Curry with another deep three. Why are you even jumping out there when he's shooting? I don't know. But the breakdowns like that will get you destroyed. And it kills your run. Steph Curry out here. Oh, this is what we call barbecue chicken right here. See, when people, I want y'all to always go back and look at plays like this. When we have these conversations about how great Steph Curry is, when we have these conversations about how great this man is, when people start talking that nonsense about people like Charles Barkley and all of these guys of the 90s who can guard, I want y'all to look where Steph Curry is, y'all. He's by the half-court line. He's on the logo. You got your power forward switched off on him. I want y'all to really absorb this right here. I don't care, I honestly don't believe there's no hand check in the world where a power forward who switched off on Steph Curry would stand a chance out there on the perimeter, especially when the man can shoot from that same range. And as we see right here with the quickness, hits him with a cross, gets separation, and it's just easy right there. Making light work of the Nets at Brooklyn. Completely obliterated this team. Steph Curry advancing the ball once again. Lee and Juan. Because they always get ahead of the defense, and Brooklyn struggles with transition defense. Javon Carter bangs one in. Salute to the man, Javon Carter, man. Was in Phoenix here last year, man. Great player. I hope, hopefully he can stay in the league with the Brooklyn Nets. Damian Lee, great take. And transition D once again. Remember, how many times are we going to talk about transition defense tonight? How many times are we going to talk about it? All right. Now, the Warriors, Damian Lee got the rebound. He gets off to the break early, but the Warriors all do a good job of running with them. All right, let's look. Damian Lee takes it off, kicks it out. Where are all the other Nets at? Straggling back, not sprinting back on defense, getting burned. Even with Steph Curry already having 34 at that point. He hits that three, brings him up to 37. Kuminga advances the ball. Easy layup right there. And then now they're just piling it on. Kuminga's just getting his legs under him. This is great. These extra minutes are going to prove invaluable for young guys like Moody and Kuminga, especially come playoff time. When these guys can come in, get these extra minutes, get that extra in-game experience, especially against a team like the Nets. All right, man. There we have it right there, man. The Golden State Warriors win this one big in Brooklyn on the road. One of their biggest tests of the season so far, and they passed mightily with a 117-99 win over the Brooklyn Nets. That third quarter proved to be fatal for the Brooklyn Nets as they got outscored 35-18, and they just were never able to recover coming out of halftime with that lackluster effort. Kevin Durant, man, held to 6 of 19 shooting, 2 of 6 from the three-point line, a minus 24 on the night, 19 points. I mean, the Golden State, the number one defensive team, led by one of the best defenders in the league in Draymond Green. Again, like I said before, people always ask, who is Draymond stopped? Who is he actually stopping? Here's a prime example right here. And I want to hear all the excuses. What are you going to say? Are you going to say it was Otto Porter? Are you going to say KD was just missing? However you slice it, the man KD did not show up at home tonight for whatever reason. And you can only shake your hand and give props to the Golden State Warriors for shutting that man down, especially after last year he came in on opening night and embarrassed the Golden State Warriors in Golden State. So I know they were seeking a little bit of revenge out of that. Blake Griffin gets the start, drops only 4 points, 0 of 4 from the field. Bruce Brown came in, gave some valuable minutes, 27 minutes and 14 points on the night. Patty Mills, 8 points. I thought he was going to have a bigger game than that with Joe Harris out, but it looks like Joe Harris is going to be out for a significant amount of time. How do they make up for that loss in their lineup? James Harden, 24 points on the night. Poor shooting outing for him. 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 6 from the three-point line as well. He did make 10 of 11 free throws. He was a minus 22 on the night. They really did not get much production from the bench. The best bench output they got was from Brimbury, who gave him 31 minutes, 9 points on the night. Solid on the defensive end for Brimbury, though. But when we go to the Golden State Warriors, man, this Golden State Warrior team has been different this season. Draymond Green, again, all defensive imprints all over this game. He had 11 points, 8 of 6 rebounds. Plus 17 on the night. You got Wiggins, who was quiet to start the game, ended the game with 19 points, though. Defense again. Defensive imprints all over this game as well. Looney, 4 points on the night. Steph Curry with another offensive explosion. 12 of 19 from the field. 9 of 14 from the three-point line. 37 points on the night. And Jordan Poole with a quiet 17. Didn't shoot the ball as well. 0 of 7 from the three-point line. But you know what? All the others did a great job of making up for his off night tonight. From the bench, the Golden State Warriors were also pretty solid. Just more of a balanced attack. That starting lineup did most of the heavy lifting. You got Jonathan Kuminga with 7 points off the bench in 19 minutes. They are slowly bringing this guy along. Jonathan Kuminga looks like he's going to be a star in the league. Every single game since he's been back from that injury, every single game, he just came back from the G League. They've been increasing his minutes game by game. You know, tonight it was 19 minutes, 3 of 6 from the field, 7 points. He's slowly getting back into the fold and is looking like he's figuring it out. Andre Iguodala, 19 minutes as well, 5 points, but defensively he was impactful. Otto Porter, 17 minutes, again, did not fill up the stat sheet, but defensive imprints all over this game. And then Gary Payton, the second, with 6 points on the night. He was a plus 14 on the night. It's his ability just to run and get in transition. But the Golden State Warriors shoot 51% from the field on the night. That was the biggest difference right there. And man, I want to know, man. For a minute, I was thinking that this Golden State Warrior team just were winning games. We're all hyped up, but the Golden State Warriors are back. And the Golden State Warriors look like they're going to be a problem come playoff time. It does as they start to beat contending team after contending team. I don't see what team, if Steph Curry continues to play like this, I don't see what team can beat them in a 7-game series. The way they're defending, the way they're shutting down stars, the way they're all converging on the ball defensively, the way they're all running and playing for each other, regardless of who gets the rebound, and they're running in transition. It looks like on a night in, night out basis, they don't care who the high scorer is. I think everybody on this team is understanding that Steph Curry is going to get the bulk of the shots. But if they're also hitting shots as well, that team is going to defer and find ways to get them the ball as well. I mean, this looks like the team to beat in the NBA. Sitting at 12-2. The Brooklyn Nets fall to 10-5. And the Brooklyn Nets schedule is going to get tougher. How did they manage over these next 5 to 10 games? How did they manage to stay afloat, especially after a loss like this, when their schedule's not getting any easier? And Kyrie Irving is nowhere to be found. He's not going to be back anytime soon. With the injuries piling up, Blake Griffin looks like his knee is going to be an issue. Man, it's tough. Yeah, that's really the only word you can use for the Brooklyn Nets. All right, there we have it right there, man. Brooklyn Nets, Golden State Warriors. You guys let me know your thoughts about this particular game. Were you guys just as surprised as me as the outcome? All right, the Golden State Warriors just look like one of the most consistent teams in the league. I mean, they did have that one hiccup against the Charlotte Hornets. But outside of that, they've been just playing very consistent basketball, especially defensively. The way these guys run and get out in transition, and we can't just gloss over Steph Curry. He is the MVP of the league right now. If the season ended today, there's no player in basketball playing better basketball than him. And the crazy thing is, the crazy thing about Steph Curry is his defense. And I just want everybody to take a look at this real quick, because if this trend continues, because this has been one of the biggest knocks on Steph Curry throughout his entire career. All right, this has been one of the biggest knocks in his career. But Steph Curry currently right now has a defensive rating. He has a defensive rating of 98.4, which puts him at fifth in the NBA. And just a few hours ago, it was this release that after this game ended, this recent game against the Brooklyn Nets ended, Draymond Green actually ascended from 4th to number 1 in the league. So when we look at the top defensive players in the league, you have Draymond Green, you have Steph Curry, and you have Jordan Poole, all from the Golden State Warriors in this particular lineup. And again, if this trend continues and Steph Curry continues to play defense at an elite level, and this is just not a statistical anomaly, all right, we'll have to play a full 82 games to know for sure. But as it stands, 14 games into the season, the Golden State Warriors, who are 12-2, Steph Curry is one of the top defenders in the league. Now, again, this could be a statistical anomaly. It could be a statistical anomaly. We know for guys like Draymond Green, it's not. And if you look at this particular list, guys who are consistently great defenders are right there in the mix. Right? We don't see any other guys in there. Like Rudy Gobert's consistently a great defender. Jokic is a much improved defender. Paul George has always been a great defender. Draymond Green has always been a great. Same with Nicholas Batum, Eric Bledsoe, Bam Adebayo, even Zubac. His defense is much improved this year. He's looking like a great rim protector this year. Jared Allen is also. So this list is filled with great defenders. Steph Curry finds himself in this particular mix. That's something to keep your eye on. That's something, a lot of people talk about going into the offseason, finding ways to improve and change your game. Steph Curry's offense has never been in question. His offense is on par with what he's always done. I don't think any of us are surprised with what he's doing offensively. But is anyone taking note and giving him credit for how he's playing on the defensive side of the ball? We talk about an era where you have all of these people. Talking about, oh, this era of basketball is so bad. They don't play defense. These guys just want to score. Yet when a guy like Steph Curry makes changes in his game, takes a commitment to defense, and it actually starts to show, not just showing on the court, but it's showing in wins and losses, as this team has made a drastic turnaround from what we saw last year. Where is the credit for the defensive strides, the improvements in his game there? Again, this is just another example of how people really don't care about defense in the game of basketball. Because when these guys actually start defending at an elite level, nobody cares, nobody talks about it, nobody gives them credit. And they still want to discredit guys who are great defenders like Draymond Green. Paul George is having a great defensive year, yet people only want to talk about his offense. Rudy Gobert's always been one of the best defenders in this league, yet people complain that he can't drop 25 a game. And Jokic is much improved defensively, yet people just say he's big and slow, and nobody gives him credit for being able to be a solid rim protector when he's on the floor. Right? Eric Bledsoe, a guard who's just kind of gotten looked over the last few years because of his inability to score efficiently, has always been a great defender in this league. So, again, Steph Curry finds himself top 5 in the league in defense. This is not common ground for Steph Curry. And this is why I have to look at even guards like Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Trae Young, Devin Booker. I have to look at these guards and say, hold on, if Steph Curry can take the time and dedication to improve his game by long strides defensively, how come these other guards aren't doing that? I think Steph Curry's just built different, which is why I also believe he will be MVP of the league this season. Hey, but it's FYF Sports, man. It's been another great podcast episode, man. Love doing these NBA film study breakdowns, man. These highlights. Game of the night, Brooklyn Nets, Golden State Warriors. Once again, the Golden State Warriors take down the Brooklyn Nets with a humongous win, 117-99, man. Make sure you spam up the comments. Let me guys know what you think about this particular game. Man, it just definitely didn't turn out the way I thought it would turn out. I thought it would be much more competitive. But the Golden State Warriors start this road trip with a great win over one of the top teams of the East. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell, man. Use the all my links. Hit that all my link buttons. Make sure you're following us on all of those links, man. We need your support. All right, when we drop these videos, whether it's on Newsbreak or other platforms, man, we need you guys. We need you guys to get those notifications. All right, and the only way you get those notifications is if you hit that all my links button and you follow us on all of our social media platforms. It's FYF Sports, man. Been another great NBA film study video. We will be back with more sports and news later. But until then, it's FYF Sports. And we out.
Never at ease, I don't know a limit. Chasing a dream, I don't know what sleepers. I got a queen, she lit me the evening. She ripe like a peach and she snapped me the snippet. You well overdue for that link up in person. Text me to fall through a murder, she wrote it. Still up with courage, you're doing a service. Pull up to the crib, I'm equipped with the brush strokes. Cutthroat from the low, where no love goes. Women buddy like it's been dad. Wanna fuck me looking at the bill stack. Off the bubbly buddy, I've been stressed out. Let the smoke scream from my chest out. Niggas laced up, I really hate love from a stranger. Shit is fake stuff, only need it from you. Yeah, crash land in the palm of my hand. Bad little flex, wanna play by the coast. Carry the torch, I'm way up, it's litty wherever we flow. I came from the cold, used to rest on the floor. I stitch up my wounds, was born a soldier. Flipping the struggle, I'm taking it worldwide. Hold it down when you talk to me. Say it is what it's supposed to be. Say it loud, but I mean it too, yeah. Talk that good when you talk to me. Say it nice and I give it to you. You know my word is bond, yeah. What we on now is wild, shit a trip, yeah. Life is slid, take a breath, that's it. Now it's wild, this shit a trip. Life is litty, shit a gift, bitch I'm him. I don't really lack nothing. Drip blackfish, hit the splash button. Niggas landlocked, too bad for them. And they liable to talk, but it's mad rubbish. It don't mean nothing. From the sword, trying to make it to the top floor. But the penthouse, pin game, something mad yes, bros. No sleeping, been a task rabbit, been a lab at it. The chief of the tribe I put on for my village. Used to be local, I'm taking it global. Sharp with the focus, she catching emotion. Treat that holistic, I give it a physics. Fuck your opinion, just did a show, only spit raw material. I'm independent, bitch, I'm in the building. Look what we built it feel like no ceiling, we taking it worldwide. Hold it down when you talk to me. Say it is what it's supposed to be. Say it loud, but I mean it too, yeah. Talk that good when you talk to me. Say it nice and I give it to you. You know my word is bond, yeah. What we on now is wild, shit a trip. Life is slid, take a breath, that's it. Now it's wild, this shit a trip. Life is litty, shit a gift, bitch I'm him.